Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. September is World Alzheimer Month, and Wendy Shetler from the Alzheimer's Society of Manitoba joins us this morning to talk about how you can help out the Alzheimer's Society by just having a cup of coffee. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Jenna.
Let's talk a little bit about the disease itself. First of all, some of the numbers, when I was doing a little bit of research on this, actually quite staggering and really sad to hear.
Well, I mean, it's huge. I mean, you know, with the awareness with a kind of world Alzheimer month, you're looking at 44 million people in the world affected by Alzheimer's. Now, we know 20,000 people are diagnosed in Manitoba, but the reality is, I mean, we could talk a lot about the numbers, but let's think back kind of personally. I mean, there's very few people in a room when you get together who don't either know somebody with dementia, have a family member, a grandmother, a mother, a friend, a neighbor with dementia, with some type of Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. So I think we really need to kind of bring it back home and think about how many people do we know who are impacted?
And that's exactly the thing, and it's something that's challenging, of course, for the person who's living with Alzheimer's, and also for their family members as well.
This is one of the really kind of a difficult disease in that kind of sense, is because it's not like somebody has an illness and they figure out how to fix it and they get better, or it's something that they're impacted by and they learn how to live with it. Dementia changes, and so a person is diagnosed and they perform at a certain level and they have certain kind of impacts, and over time they continue to change, and so as family, as caregivers, you're forever trying to adjust and readjust how to best care for that person and how to interact so that person also has the best quality of life.
That's right, and you want to make sure that you're being there for that person even as things are deteriorating and things are continuing to progress with the disease as well.
That's right, and that's why we have the Alzheimer's Society, and really that's our role, is to support families and individuals as they live through the journey of Alzheimer's disease or another type of dementia. And so we provide support groups and counseling, and people can do it over the phone or they can come in. We have education programs, so I would really encourage people to check out our website through September and October, and you know, of course into November. We have education and family programs all the way through.
And we have a display here as well because we want to talk about how you can support the Alzheimer's Society as well. And Coffee Break is a really great initiative, making it super accessible to do that.
Well, that's right. We want a kind of an easy fundraiser for people and something that's really pretty low cost. And so we're looking at hoping to raise $78,000 this year with coffee breaks, and so that means we need a lot of people hosting coffee breaks for us. And so you can do it through work, where if you know, people kind of grab coffee in the lunchroom, or you know, they sit around kind of the cooler, and you know, you can have you know, dainties, you can have coffee, you can have tea, you can challenge other organizations to have a coffee break. So if your office is having a coffee break, you can challenge somebody else to have one as well and raise money. And you just have to call the Alzheimer's Society and we'll send you out a kit. I do want to say, though, that it doesn't have to also be in your office. People can do this from their homes. And again, it doesn't have to be coffee. I know I participate in a book club, and our book club is starting up in September. So I would encourage all of you who are in book clubs to maybe use your September as a kind of a coffee break with your wine and your snacks instead. And we'll send you out a kit. And so with the kit, you get kind of a coin box to make it easier. If people make a donation, you can put their names up and put it up on the wall. We have kind of buttons that you can wear to remind people that that's what's happening. Posters and you know, I brought muffins, but really I have to tell you that that's on you.
that's your responsibility. But this is going to be in there.
Yeah, and this is a cool little thing that we're doing for this year. It's I know sometimes it's difficult for people to say, you know, well, how much money do I give? What should I be doing? What you actually do is you scratch you know, one of these little boxes, and it actually gives you amount to donate. So if this whole card gets scratched,
right here.
Sorry, if this whole card gets scratched, that's $100 to the Alzheimer's Society, and so you can scratch anywhere between $2 and $10. And so Jenna, you now have scratched a $5 one, and so it makes it fun for people to do it, and makes it a little bit easier. And you might scratch a $2 one and say, "Hey, that's not so bad. I think I'll scratch another one." Sure. And so it just encourages people to give. It really is to a wonderful cause, and the demand for our services are doing nothing but growing, and so we need to be able to support them.
That's right, and it makes it that easy for you as well. Thank you so much, Wendy, for joining us and sharing all of that for you.
Jenna.
Throughout the months of September and October, host a coffee break and help out the Alzheimer's Society. Taking a break on BT.
It's been a beautiful